guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. How you guys doing? Welcome to the video. I'm happy to see you guys, even though I can't see you. I am alone right now in a room with 4 walls, but I'm staring into the eyes, into the soul of thousands of individuals. And if you had told little Ash that, 10-year-old Ash back in elementary school days, I think my stock answer was always, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I think I was always going with a video game tester. Doesn't that sound like such a typical 10-year-old answer?
What do you want to be when you grow up?
A pastor. A turtle that eats bugs. A superhero.
Batman.
I do not know.
I think you're perfectly fine.
And you know what? You guys made my dreams come true in a way. So thank you so much, guys. Just didn't ever want a day to go by or a week to go by where I don't, have that gratitude and how lucky I am. And it's because of you guys. So thank you so much for being a loyal viewer or a first-time viewer here on the channel. Today we're going to talk about Rowan. We're going to push her to her limit. I maxed out Rowan. It's been a long time coming. This is an old school champion in the game, and they actually gave her 2 really big buffs, one in 2020 and then one last year, about a year ago actually. So they're actually trying to, make her more viable than she was, which honestly, she was one of the worst void epics in the game. She has really good base speed, 108, really poor base defense, 694. Her HP is all right for a damage dealer, and her attack is pretty solid as well in terms of her base stats. I want to show you guys actually the buffs that they gave her really quickly here. So this was the first one. Shout out to Ayumi Love, who I'm using for this as a resource here. But I'm not going to read through the entire thing, but they reduced some cooldowns. They increased the chances of letting a stun on her A2. They increased the chances of putting a poison on her A3. And then a year later, they came back again, and they said, that's not enough. That's not enough. We are actually going to make the poison a guarantee on every single hit. And that was the year ago buff. So a lot different than she used to be after both of those buffs. What does she do? On her A1, she has a single hitter with heal reduction. They also buffed that up from a 50 base to a 60-70 when booked. On her A2, she's a 3-time hitter with a stun. That's a 60% stun on every single hit. And this is 3 times at random. So you could kind of sort of use her in the arena if you wanted to as kind of a CC / damage dealing champion, although that's not her best use case, as we'll see in today's video. But if you have her like early game, give her a shot, right? Give her a shot. Blade Surge, her A3, attacks one enemy 4 times. Each hit has a 100% chance of placing the big version of poison for 2 turns. This is on a 3-turn cooldown. That's a lot of poison potential. Obviously 4 poisons on a 3-turn cooldown. That's very, very good, especially against bosses. Her aura is extra accurate.
Have you ever seen me ecstatic?
Oh.
Well, here it is.
Accuracy in faction crypts by 50. Certainly can be used as champion as a CC damage dealer and against the red boss in faction wars. So for masteries on this champion, guys, we are going with Giant Slayer. I know rule of thumb is 1 or 2 hitters on the A1. We want to usually go with War Master. I think some people do build her with War Master. I saw some websites out there advising. However, I would go with Giant Slayer, especially the way we have her built today as a tier 6 option on this champion. Reason being, primarily because she has that 3-time hitter on the A2 and a 4-time hitter on a 3-turn cooldown on the A3. That's a lot of additional hits to where I would say the pendulum shifts in the direction, again, of going Giant Slayer for extra damage overall. So that's the tier 6 that I would go with, again, guys, especially as we have her built today in Relentless Gear. That means, reducing and more uses of that A2 and A3. On the support side of things, I like going support. You can go defense and go with Retribution on this champion as well. She does have a pretty decently hard-hitting A1. However, I like to really pick up Master Hexer, a chance at extending the duration of those 4 poisons that were landing on a 3-turn cooldown. So we want those to go for even 3 turns. So I really, really would advise considering support tree, picking up the extra accuracy, Lore of Steel if it makes sense for you, and ending with Master Hexer there. Of course, you can pick up the Sniper Mastery as well if you really want to be landing that heal reduction. So her A1 scales off of attack and speed, kind of weird there. There are a couple champions out there who have their damage that scale off speed. Doesn't really make that much sense. Isn't Ghostborn like that as well? Let me check real quick. Now I'm curious. It's weird that the damage based on speed. Can you guys name any others? I think Ghostborn has one. I might be just crazy right now. Let's see. No, attack and speed. Yeah. It's kind of weird, huh?
No, it looks fine to me.
Either way, the multipliers are pretty solid on the A1, which is nice. It's a shame that the A1 wasn't like a 2-time hitter or something more than just 1 hit, but beggars can't be choosers. When we go to the artifacts on this champion, I like her in Relentless, right? Especially over these longer battles, Clan Boss. She's really, really good as a Clan Boss damage dealer, guys. You can use her in Dragon with all the poisons. You can use her in Fire Knight. You can use her as part of ally attack teams if you want to. You can use her just as DPS pretty much anywhere in the game. Not as good as, some of the other like S tier legendaries in the game, or, like a C or anything like that, but she's a unique enough champion who has enough debuffs with that control on the stun on 3 times at random that she can bring, she brings a decent amount to the table. She's a pretty good champion. So I have good gear on her. As I said, we are taking her to her limit. So we have crit damage on the gauntlets. We have attack percentage on the chest. We have speed on the boots. And then on the artifacts here, we have defense on the banner. Now, the reason I put defense on the banner is very specific. You guys are probably going to want to go with accuracy on the banner if you need that accuracy, depending on where you are in the game progression-wise. But of course, you do want to consider keeping her alive, right? She has very, very low base defense, so you're not going to get much out of a defense percentage on this champion because not much just percentage, just scale, right? So I look for defense flat stats where I can find it to keep her alive on a Clan Boss team if she's not on an unkillable team, which is not going to be the case on the team that I show you guys. If I didn't have defense, I would go HP to keep her alive, or just simply go with attack for more damage or accuracy if you need it, okay? Crit damage on the amulet, looking for accuracy substats, which we definitely found there, and we went with attack with some decent defensive substats on the ring as well. So again here, it's not an all out. I could have definitely optimized her attack to be a lot higher than it is at 4K, but I wanted to give her some amount of defense. Over 2K threshold for Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss is really the bare minimum that I'm looking for on these teams that are not unkillable. And then we have 40K on the HP. So I would say we're just kind of getting by here with 40K and 2K. We have a really fast, though, 227 speed, which is great, 103 crit rate, 263 crit damage, and 259 on the accuracy, which is going to be enough every area that we're going to be using her in the video. So we already talked about where we're using this champion. Let me start off with just a dragon run. I'll show you guys quite a few different... Actually, we'll start out with the arena, guys, and just see what kind of damage she can do here. So I don't know what's going on here with the arena. Who knows, right? Let's just go. Oh, double Trunda team. Let's go against the easy team. We'll work our way up. We'll work our way up, right? So I just slotted her in as my nuker on this team, essentially. I'm not sure. I forgot what she autos into. I think she goes for the stuns, but let's just see. What does she go for? Stuns? No, she goes for the poison. So she goes with the A3 to 4-time hitter. So let's just see. Let's just cycle through the abilities and see what she can do here. So, oh, that was a Kaimar reset the abilities. That's why she went with that A3 2 times in a row. I'd rather have her on an arena team. And again, arena is not really, what you think of when you think of Rowan, but I'm just showing you for a damage kind of so you guys can see how much damage she's putting out. That was her A1 around 40K onto Deacon Armstrong there. I would definitely lead off with her stun, though. If you are going to use her, like if you're early game and you pulled her and you want to try her out in the arena, I would definitely go in here to the team setup. I would go into Rowan, and then I would set the priority as Scourge to land those stuns, right? So that can be our opener now. We'll save that team, and let's go against this team here, and then let's get into some areas where you're actually probably going to be using this champion, right?
All for nothing at all.
For nothing.
Go in here. Let's see this stun. Boom. Not bad damage. Not crazy, though. We did land 1 stun there. We're going to go right back in with it again here. Let's slow it down a little bit this time. Okay. Okay. So, did I just put opener? I didn't make it first priority? Now, apparently that was the case, right? All right, so we kill Vogoth. But, of course, Silda Drakes revives him. That was the A1, I believe, there. Or, here we go. To Tura Reinhard. That was the A1. Now we're frozen. Fantastic. Let's see. Can we win this battle, or is it going to take forever? I should have known going against a Vogoth team that it might take a while, right? And this is the downside of not having an AoE nuker, and this is why I would not really... I'd rather, honestly... She's fun to kind of mess around with, I'd almost rather use her as like a secondary nuker on your team if you have like a speed lead and a debuffer and then like a Kale or whoever you're using as your nuker, especially early game. If you pull a Rowan, I'd probably just use her as kind of a CC extra damage dealer on the team because you really need an AoE attacker, right? But either way, she, not bad on her damage, in the arena, but nothing to write home about. And again, if for whatever reason you wanted to use her in the arena, I would advise going Savage gear set instead of Relentless. So we're going to go to stage 20 here in the Dragon. We have actually a team of Husk, War Maiden, Shatterbones. Ooh, why do we have an arena accuracy lead? Do we have nothing else? We have nothing else, that's why. Syl the Drakes, love you, Syl. Love you, Syl.
I hate you too.
And War Maiden, so in Rowan. So a very fun, interesting team here. Just trying to use different champions, not always using the same ones, with the exception of Syl the Drakes. And we actually don't have this team speed tuned, as you can see. You do want to have your debuffer go first. Not last, Ash, not last. So ideally, War Maiden would be the fastest on the team and set up everybody else. But I want to see, I'm curious to compare her damage here against Husk, who's a beast, and Shatterbones, who's actually really good as well. So we will see here. And again, this is the poison ability. That poison ability is going to do really, really well once we get to the dragon. Obviously very susceptible to poison. Magma Dragon, same thing. Rowan is a great, great use case for there. I'll show you her against the Griffin because that's all I have right now in terms of this Doom Tower rotation that just started. But I will show you on Griffin hard, I think floor 30. I'm not going to use her against like Bommel or anything like that. You can use her in Scarab King if you put her in Destroy gear. There's a lot of different use cases for this champion. She's not really...
I just have to let you go.
Ooh!
I'm so screwed.
Oh man, that almost ruined my whole video right there. She almost died. You gotta be careful. That low HP, she will be targeted by the enemy team. But luckily, we do make it through here. Let's see, can she stay alive? We need a healer on this team, Ash. Come on, bro. Other than just Syl on her passive. All right, let's see if she can stay alive here. Extra turn. There we go. Of course, she's not going in with her poison to lead things off, which is what would be ideal, obviously, against the dragon. But we are able to heal her right back up. We get another extra turn there. So as you can see, she's landing 4 poisons. That's 100% land rate on the poisons. You'll notice 2 of those poisons did get that Master Hexer proc on it, on the Mastery, which is exactly why we love that Mastery on this champion. It's going to be, extra damage, obviously. And there she goes right back into it again. She's not hitting incredibly hard here, on her attacks. But not too shabby either. It's not, it's like around, 10 to 20k per attack. 46k on the A1, not bad at all.
This is how we do it.
Well, that's going to be hard to top, huh, guys? The 400, Husk is coming in here like, yo, boom. That's a nuke, brother. Still barely staying alive, just trying to shine. This is her moment to shine here. And she's doing a pretty good job, right? Obviously, you could have a little bit more support on the team, and then it wouldn't be that big of an issue. If she did die, and Syl the Drakes could obviously revive her as well, so I'm just kind of kidding, half kidding here, but it did come close a few times. Check this out, guys. Check this out, right? Husk put out 894,000 damage. War Maiden, not too bad, 400k. Shatterbones, okay, brother, not too bad, 375. Syl, my girl, a lot of healage, 658. But then Rowan, 1.6 million damage. That's what I'm talking about. All right, defense, trash that. Let's go over to Fire Knight. I want to show you I'm not going to show you the entire battle, but I do want to show you Fire Knight 25. I have this a team assembled here again. We got Stag Knight, Allure, Seer, Duchess, just try to get us to the boss a little bit faster. And then obvious reasons that she's good for Fire Knight, right? Number 1 is heal reduction on the A1. Number 2 is all of those extra hits on the A2 and the A3. So I will come back to you guys when we actually get to the Fire Knight. Here we are against the Fire Knight, and I'm just thinking to myself, you know what? Because she did get, beat up a little bit on the second wave. She stayed alive again. But if you're having that problem keeping her alive, nothing wrong with going, probably a good idea to go with the, Life Drinker Mastery, I believe. The one that heals you if you're less than 50% HP based on the damage that you deal. But here we go, guys, going ham. We got that shield down really fast. Remember, it takes 12 hits to get that shield down on level 25 Fire Knight. And then we have a lure to help control, keep that shield down. Hopefully, if it does go back down, though, not the end of the world again, because Rowan's there to chip away at it. And if she she does die, or anybody does die, we do have the Duchess on the turn. Look at this, or on the team, excuse me. Back to back to back turns there, two Relentless procs in a row there. So 3 turns in a row. Yeah, that's awesome. That's why I love Relentless Gear on this champion, right? It's kind of like Ninja. I have him Relentless Gear, same thing, right? Because if the champion's that good, and again, another Relentless proc. I mean, this is just a lot of opportunity to hit very hard. And you guys can see all of the Giant Slayer Mastery procs as well, right? There was quite a bit of them, and all of those massive attacks that we're pulling off against the Fire Knight here, we're really seeing her shine. And of course, what did I say? Giant Slayer, yeah. No Giant Slayers there on that last one. That was a bummer. Get one, get a bunch of them here. Come on, make up for it. Boom. No, none. Okay, I really jinxed her there. So obviously Seer did more damage because she absolutely bled through all of the waves with her Karma Burn ability, but still 1.1 million damage. Guys, I gotta show you her. I'm not gonna show you in on the Griffin anymore, because I don't want this video to be an hour long. I ran her with this team. She did very well, right? It's an OP team. Who cares, right? So I'll show you a clan boss run instead. I don't have a team like speed tuned with her right now, so the damage is not going to blow you guys away. But it's basically to just show you how effective she can be. This is an Infinity Shield team. It's supposed to be with Corpulent Cadaver, so it's not going to work, you know, as intended. But she's the only real damage dealer aside from Brogni's passive, which is a massive damage dealer as well. So let's see how she does here. You guys don't really need to see the battle, I guess, but I'll show you the final result. So I'm not even going to set any, no setup required here, but again, she starts out with 4 poisons. She immediately gets an extra turn. She immediately gets another extra turn, right? So, I mean, really strong start to the match for Rowan. I'll come back at you guys when this one is over. And again, I hope that you guys have enjoyed so far this look at kind of pushing Rowan to her limit. Is she a viable option for you guys, right? And I guess the answer would be, could you use a sustainable damage dealer in any of these areas that we discussed so far today in the video? I'll return in just a moment. All right, guys, so unfortunately we lost her. She died. Again, need a little bit higher on the defense to fit in a team like this. However, I do want to show you what damage she was able to. She died 4 turns ago. So in just, you know, a few turns after what we saw there, she puts out 13.5 million damage. You know, it strikes me after I show you guys this that, you know, what does that even mean exactly? It means that she is a great raw damage dealer for a clan boss. Just her sheer damage on all those hits, plus Giant Slayer procs, plus a Relentless set, plus all those poisons is really going to help you out clan boss or anywhere else, again, in our longer battles. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see another epic champion that received a buff over the years here, kind of, you know, at their limit, what can they do? What can you expect from this champion? Go ahead and let me know in the show notes below, guys, or the comments below, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, take care, guys.